I've counted passengers thousands of times in my career. I've never been wrong. Until the night I counted 144 people on a plane that only had 143 seats filled. Hello everyone, my name is Anna. I've been a flight attendant for years, serving routes across the country, smiling through turbulence, calming nervous passengers, and handling emergencies with steady hands. Professionalism is part of the uniform, so is composure. But nothing, not a single training session, not a single safety drill, could have prepared me for what happened on that flight. An incident that changed everything, even the way I look at the night sky. That evening, I was assigned to a late departure from Ronald Reagan Washington National Airport in Washington, D.C., heading to Dallas-Fort Worth International Airport in Texas. Departure time, 10:45 p.m., the kind of hour when cities grow quiet, when most people are already asleep. But for us, the crew, it was just the beginning. The air outside was cold. A thin layer of fog hovered over the runway, giving the airport an eerie, almost cinematic glow. The flight was completely full, 143 passengers, according to the manifest I had reviewed carefully before boarding. 143. The final boarding call echoed through the gate area. Passengers filed into the aircraft one by one. After takeoffs, once we reached cruising altitude, the cabin lights were dimmed. Most passengers drifted off to sleep. Their faces looked peaceful. The engines hummed steadily, like a mechanical lullaby as through an endless black sky. As part of standard procedure, I needed to perform a post-departure passenger count, a cross-check to confirm the head count matched the system. I grabbed my tablet. The manifest displayed 143 passengers. I began walking down the aisle, counting manually. 1, 2, 3. Row by row, seat by seat. Careful, focused. But when I reached the back of the cabin, my stomach dropped. 144. I blinked. That wasn't right. I shook my head. Maybe I miscounted. It happens. Long shifts, late hours. I walked back to the front, took a deep breath, and started over. Again, slowly. Again, carefully. Again, 144. The number seemed to pulse in my mind. 1 extra passenger. I asked a fellow crew member to double check. Hey, can you count the aft cabin for me? She nodded, walked the aisle, counted calmly, and returned a few minutes later.
143, Anna. She looked completely normal. No confusion, no concern. That's when the doubt started creeping in. Was I the only one seeing this? I counted again, alone. 144. Every time. That's when I noticed something else. Seat 27A. According to the manifest, it was empty. But when I walked past during my count, I could swear someone was sitting there. A silhouette. Still. Facing forward. Not moving. My heart began to pound. I forced myself to walk toward the seat. Each step felt heavier than the last. When I reached 27A, it was empty. Perfectly empty.
Blanket folded neatly, pillow untouched. No one there. I stepped back toward the galley, trying to steady my breathing. Maybe it was exhaustion. Maybe my eyes were playing tricks on me in the dim light. But when I looked from a distance, from the galley, there it was again, a figure in 27A, and the total count in my head, still 144. The cabin atmosphere shifted after that. The lights flickered briefly, Eliza passed through mild turbulence. For a split second, the aisle looked distorted, shadows stretching unnaturally along the walls. The aisle suddenly felt longer, far longer than it should have been. Each row seemed farther apart, like I was walking through a corridor that didn't end. There was a man seated in a middle row a few seats ahead. He was staring straight forward, not blinking, not moving, his expression empty. But somehow I felt like he was aware of me, like he knew something I didn't. The temperature in the rear cabin felt colder, noticeably colder. Goosebumps rose along my arms. I could almost feel a cold breath at the back of my neck. The captain's voice came over the intercom, announcing we had just under 3 hours to Dallas. His voice should have been comforting. Instead, it reminded me we were trapped in the sky, thousands of feet above ground. Nowhere to go. Below us, city lights flickered like distant stars scattered across darkness. Beautiful, yet impossibly far away. Then the intercom crackled. A burst of static, like someone trying to speak but failing. I checked the panel. No incoming call. But I heard it, clear as day. My thoughts spiraled. Was I losing my mind? Was this just extreme fatigue? Flight attendants deal with jet lag all the time, but this felt different. This wasn't tiredness. This was something deeper, something colder. The image of seat 27A, occupied then empty, replayed in my mind over and over like a corrupted film loop. I began to feel watched from the dark corners of the cabin, even when no passengers appeared awake, an invisible presence tracking my every movement. I felt trapped, 30,000 feet in the air. If it was real, what could I possibly do? If it wasn't, how could I stop it? As we began our descent, an idea formed. I needed answers. While the crew prepared the cabin for landing, I slipped into the staff area and grabbed a backup tablet with access to the airline's internal database. My fingers trembled, Alaihi Salam. I typed DCA-DFW incident. And then I found it. A report from several years ago. Flight 1047. Same route, same aircraft type. The report read, Manifest recorded 143 passengers. Search and rescue teams recovered 144 bodies. My blood ran cold. It continued, a flight attendant named Anna reported seeing an extra passenger before the crash. She was later found in a catatonic state, repeatedly whispering about the 144th passenger. Initial documentation referenced an unidentified 144th body, later revised. My breathing stopped. The plane landed smoothly. Passengers began standing, collecting bags, unaware that my reality had just shattered. I stared at my reflection in the dark tablet screen. I am Anna, a flight attendant on this flight. But now I have to ask you something. Am I the Anna from this flight, or the one from that crash? And if that's true, then who exactly is telling you this story right now?